And the next interview question that you will come across is what is HANA 2.0 and what is MDC? So MDC is basically multi-tenant database container. If you're already working in SAP, you must be aware of it. And if you're not, you are a fresher. Let me explain. What happens in MDC is you have a single database that gets installed, that is HANA, and in this HANA, single HANA system, you can create multiple tenants. Tenants you can resonate as a tenant. Like for example, there is a big building. In this building, like a land, maybe there are 10 houses. So those 10 houses are individual tenants. Similarly, in HANA 2.0, like 2.0, there are two versions of HANA. Basic versions are HANA and HANA 1.0 and HANA 2.0, and there are additional support packages with like SPS 8 is running for HANA, maybe. You can check it on the portal, okay, on the SAP support portal and follow it for more. But HANA current latest version is HANA 2.0 with support package 8, SPS 8, okay. So you what happens is you can, on a single database instance, on a single database system, you can host multiple application server. For example, if you're aware of a dual stack system, say solution manager. For Solution Manager, you have dual stack, ABAP, and Java. Both ABAP and Java systems can be installed on a single database. So, this is the overall concept of multi tenant database container. MDC stands for multi tenant database container. It is an additional feature that is mandatorily taking place in HANA 2.0. Like you can have multiple tenants, but in HANA 2.0, one tenant is mandatorily included once you download the HANA database. Okay, one is already there. And even after the system is installed, you can add on to more tenants based on your requirement. Like you can use SQL commands on the HANA OS system, and then you can create a database of your a tenant of your own on the same database. So what this does is it uses the same physical CPU and memory resources, which are allocated dynamically based on workload. In this scenario, it is not like, suppose you have 100 GB space for HANA system and only one tenant is there. It doesn't mean that all the 100 GB is allotted to one tenant. What it will do is it will give its resources to the tenant database based on its requirement. So the space allocated is not static; it is dynamic. For example, on 100 GB, you have 10 tenants. It does not necessarily mean that each tenant will have 10 GB. It will depend upon the requirement. What is the requirement of that particular tenant? What system it is supporting? How much load is there on that system? Based on that, the memory will be allotted. So keep these two things in mind. One question that can also arise here is, what is the difference between HANA 1.0 and 2.0? So here the same thing is with HANA SAP 2.0. SAP introduced multi-tenant database container as a mandatory architecture. Means one tenant is mandatorily involved, like included. Tenant database are created after HANA installation using SAP HANA Studio or this command. Once a tenant is created, SAP application systems are installed into that tenant using SWPM. Means the advantage here is, on a single database you can install multiple that can support multiple applications, and each tenant will be individual, like isolated from one another. It's not like solution information you will be able to view it from Java. That kind of thing will not happen. Everything is isolated, everything will have its own. Only internally they are on the same database, but likewise there is no connection between them. They are all the data and all the transactions are individual from one another. The main advantage is better resource utilization, just as we saw that HANA, the space will be allotted on the basis of requirement. Simplified landscape management. Instead of installing 10 separate systems, 10 separate database for 10 separate systems, it can be merged. Although it is not recommended that you can in the MDC, like in a say test or development HANA system should not be allotted to the production one. That is obviously a scenario that is to be avoided. But in case you have 10 development systems, that 10 systems can be involved on a one can be installed on the one the system only, one HANA database only. So that kind of scenario can take place. So it is simplified and the ability to host multiple SAP systems without installing multiple HANA databases. So I hope this is a much self-explanatory here. And if there is still anything you need to know, you can please ping in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Please wait for the next